There's a lot of similarities between the actions of Yitzchak in chapter 26 of Breshit and Avraham in chapters 20 and 21 of Breshit. One can try to analyze the comparison between the two from the point of view of Avraham and Yitzchak. But it's actually interesting to look at that point of view from Abimelech. Abimelech's first encounter with Avram is marked with tension and confrontation. Avram, feeling for his life, tells Abimelech that Sarah is his sister. Abimelech takes Sarah into his household, unaware of her marriage to Avraham. God intervenes in a dream, warning Abimelech that he's in danger for taking another man's wife. Abimelech responds with alarm and indignation, confronting Avraham for misleading him. Despite the rocky start, Abimelech shows integrity. He returns Sarah, compensates Avraham for gifts, and offers him land to dwell in. Later, in Genesis 21, Abimelech approaches Avram again, not in conflict but in diplomacy. He acknowledges that God is with you in all that you do and seeks a covenant of peace, asking Avram to swear not to deal falsely with him and his descendants. Avram agrees, but also raises a grievance about wells seized by Avram's servants. The issue is resolved, and Avram names the place Beersheba, sealing the covenant with an oath. Later with Yitzchak, years later, it's Abimelech, potentially a different king or a successor with the same name, if Abimelech is the name of a king for the Plishtim, like Paro is for the king of Egypt, encounters Yitzchak, who is settled in Gerar during a time of famine after warning from God not to leave the land. Yitzchak repeats his father's deception, claiming Rivka is his sister. Again, Abimelech discovers the truth, although no one has taken Rivka in, and confronts Yitzchak, but the tone is less severe. He warns others not to harm Yitzchak or Rivka, showing a more protective and respectful stance. As Yitzchak prospers, his crop yield is 100-fold, and his wealth grows, the Plishtim become envious. They start stopping up wells that Avraham had dug, and Abimelech asks Yitzchak to leave, saying, "You are too powerful for us." This contrasts with his earlier offer of land to Avraham. Yitzchak moves away peacefully and digs new wells, facing disputes over Esek and Sitna, two of the wells, before finally finding peace at Rehoboth and settling in Beersheba. Later, Abimelech again seeks Yitzchak out, this time with his advisor and army commander. He admits, "We clearly see that Hashem is with you," and asks to make a covenant of peace, just as he had with Avram. Yitzchak hosts them, and they pray in peace. Avimelech's dealings with Avraham and Yitzchak reflects a shift in perception and power dynamics. With Avram, Avimelech is wary but respectful, seeking peace and offering land. With Yitzchak, he is initially threatened by Yitzchak's success, but ultimately acknowledges Yitzchak's divine blessing more explicitly and seeks reconciliation. This evolution may reflect Yitzchak's growing stature and deepening of the Abraham covenant through divine favor, even though there's an absence of a direct blessing between Avraham and Yitzchak. Perhaps then, Yitzchak's sojourn in the land and instruction from God to stay there is a way for us to observe how Yitzchak grows in the role of forefather.